just for house shit. Tell me what's on the menu. I think I'm
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
French food, but always in the mood for
That's
them
some bull
boys
crap.
blue. I make my own, so don't tell me how to spend, fool. Pay the cost to be the boss. Shout out to old school. If niggas run up in my spot, I'ma blast on 'em. My shooters, they don't give a fuck, ain't got no mask on. Now all of your friends are dead, their shirts are bloody red, and we ain't playing games, ho. Don't get close, I beat a bitch like I'm Stone Cold. This real fam shit, the realest. Queen shit killing. Jade on my pinky and my chandelier ceiling. I'm so fly, I'm so fly, I'm so high. Next level, I ain't even in my prime. Bitches wanna beat me, they see me get that money. Ice skating rink around my neck when I'm stunting. 10,000 thread count sheets when I'm hunching. You know I'm always hungry, this bag is what I'm munching.
Yeah, get your bitch cause she like to dance. Play my song, now that bitch twerking out her pants. While you all on Facebook, I be facing grams. Chasing bands, stacking grands, bitches royal fam. And all my homies bout that action. All your homies probably lacking. All on Instagram yapping. Till Lumbo pull up and he got the maxi. Get it crackin', pussy niggas don't want smoke like they suffering from asthma. Pretty thotty on my tip, booty softer than the mattress. Got the queen in the castle, smashing, passing on you ratchets, baby. Arkansas the realest, Little Rock gorillas, drug dealers, villains. Tryna dodge a sentence on my life, on me. If I ain't got a pistol, guarantee I got a knife. Swipe left and swipe right, my nigga, but I ain't using Tinder. No contenders, I digested them before my dinner. My swag goo dripping through the hood. She thought I was a pimp. See, tell me something good. Gang, squad, ma, gang.
That's some bullshit. I apologize for the technical difficulties.
Ma, gang, squad, crew. Ain't fucking with that. Ma, gang, squad, crew. Ain't fucking with that. Ma.
Hey, what it was, Royal family, what it was. Thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure y'all smash that like, hype, and subscribe button. Make sure your thumbs work. That's all you got to do. Just make sure your thumbs work. Today, y'all, we got to discuss the elephant in the room. The elephant in these streets. They talking about that boy, Pooh Shiesty, and some of his goonies done robbed that boy Gucci Mane. And allegedly Gucci Mane done snitched on them boys. Now, I don't know how y'all gonna feel about that. You know what I'm saying? How y'all that live and die by the street code, I don't know how y'all gonna feel. But without further ado, y'all, hey, shout out to KB Goes Live. We're gonna get into the content. We gotta see what's going on. KB Goes Live, he dropped the paperwork. So let's go and see what's really going on, y'all. Do y'all think Gucci Mane snitched on that boy Pooh Shiesty? What y'all think? Hold on, let me make sure the screen right.
Oh my God. So paperwork has officially come out in this Gucci Mane Pooh Shiesty situation. The official criminal complaint has dropped. You know, I got a copy of it right here. Y'all know how I do. And man, boy, this thing is interesting because we had people saying Gucci Mane told on Pooh Shiesty. And this paperwork right here seems to confirm that notion, right? So I ain't gonna waste no time with this one right here. I'm trying to get it out. You can see we got the file right here. It was filed March 30th. It's the criminal complaint. It says the complaint in this case states that on or about January 10, 2026 in the county of Dallas, the defendants violated Code Section 18 USC 1201 A and C, which is kidnapping conspiracy to commit kidnapping, right? It does have a brief introduction, and apparently this affidavit was in support of the application for the criminal complaint, right? So it says, I, Brittany Garcia, that's the FBI special agent that was working this case with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, being first duly sworn hereby depose and state as follows that she's a special agent with the FBI, has been since 2022, which is, it goes over her special training. It says that she used various investigative techniques such as interviewing witnesses, interviewing defendants, conducting surveillance, and executing search, seizure, and arrest warrants. It says that this affidavit is her personal knowledge as well as information that was provided to concurred by other law enforcement officers and other individuals who have participated in this investigation. Okay, it names all of the people that were arrested, including Pooh Shiesty, which is Lontrell Williams Jr., his dad, and Rodney Wright, which is Big 30. And then it gets right into it, right? So I want to bring y'all's attention right here to.
Damn, now wait a minute, Josh. You mean to tell me hold on, we gotta give a congratulations. I gotta congratulate Pooh Shiesty. I thought Lil Durk and King Bum was the dumbest rappers. I gotta give you the award because you dumber than them, bro. You just got out the feds and you gonna go rob somebody. That's crazy.
The very first page, probable cause. It says on January 10, 2026 at approximately 4:50 p.m., victims who will be referred to throughout this affidavit by their initials or collectively as the victims, and it's got some initials here, RD, MM, and BP, were kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint at a music studio located on Dallas Parkway in Dallas, Texas. And RD, people are assuming stand for Roderick Davis, which is Gucci Mane's real name. Right? It says at approximately 1 p.m. on January 10th, the victims flew into Dallas, Texas alongside RD's head of security, referred to in this paperwork as CW, and other security officer that's referred to in this paperwork as TD, for a scheduled business meeting between RD and Pooh Shiesty, who has been signed to a recording contract for RD's music label 1017 since approximately 2021. So if there was any doubt that this is Gucci Mane, there isn't now, because I mean, what other RD is gonna own 1017, right? It says Gucci and Pooh Shiesty were scheduled to meet because Pooh Shiesty was upset with the terms of his contract and wished to be released from his contractual obligations. Pooh Shiesty had asked Gucci Mane to come to Dallas on this date so they could do business. At approximately 1:45, the security guards and the victims of this crime arrived at the scheduled meeting location, which was a music recording studio located within a larger office building. When the security and the victims entered the office building, they realized the recording studio, owned by an individual known as JN, was closed. While they waited for the studio to open, the five went to a liquor store and purchased liquor and plastic red Solo cups before returning to the studio. Pooh Shiesty's dad called JN, the owner of the studio, multiple times on the day of the meeting. At approximately 2:53, JN answered the phone and learned that Pooh Shiesty's dad was attempting to book a recording studio that
Yeah, I gotta apologize again for the technical difficulties. I don't know why my issue's glitching like that, but to add some context, as y'all can see, this comes from the Department of Justice. This the paperwork. So, however they got all this information, somebody told them. They saying it's Gucci Mane. So what y'all think? Get in the comments. Who y'all think really told? Do y'all think it was Gucci Mane, his security, somebody's entourage or something? Do y'all think it was him?
Afternoon for Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane to record music at around 3:15. He opened the studio for everybody, and investigators later collected surveillance video captured at another business location in the same office building on the same floor as the recording studio, which shows Pooh Shiesty's dad outside of the office building at approximately 3:27 p.m. on January 10th. Pooh Shiesty's dad appears to be speaking with someone on his cell phone before entering the building at around 3:28 p.m. At approximately 3:39, an employee of the studio arrived to assist with production, probably an.
Now, see, this is ridiculous, y'all. This is how you know these days these boys just be wanting to go to jail. It seems like because all the cameras that it is in the world, they thought they were gonna get away with robbing Gucci Mane, and wasn't nothing gonna happen, or wasn't nobody gonna have no footage of it. But remember, months ago, when Pooh Shiesty first got out and he went back to jail, if y'all remember, there was the rumor on the street, it was Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci Mane and all this, kidnapped him and all that. That was the rumor on the streets. And then Gucci Mane denied it. And now look, here go the paperwork done showed up.
engineer. It says when the employee arrived, Pooh Shiesty's dad and him were standing at the back door of the office building, engaged in what appeared to be an argument over the phone. At approximately 3:43, Pooh Shiesty, his dad, Big 30, and a bunch of other people entered the east side of the office building. The target suspects, that's everybody that was arrested, walked through the lobby area of the office building before going inside the studio. One individual with a dreadlock hairstyle, later identified as Gibson, can be seen on video exiting the office building and shortly thereafter returning with a bag slung over his shoulder. I got some pictures here. It says the 9 individuals entered the studio's control room where inside the victims were watching a football game. One of the security guards was positioned in the studio lobby while another one remained in the vehicle that they arrived in. Depicted below are photographs of the studio lobby, the studio control room, and the studio recording room taken from the Dallas Police Department body camera and crime scene photographs captured from the night of the offense. It says that the victims overheard Pooh Shiesty talking on his cell phone, potentially with a probation or parole officer, stating that his caseworker had given him permission to be out for rec time. From what the victims could hear, Pooh Shiesty was informed that that was not the case and that he needed to return immediately. So,
wait a minute, bro. You see, yeah. We got to give Pooh Shiesty the award, y'all. That brother's the... Damn. You on the phone with your probation or parole officer while you committing a crime? Come on, man. I ain't never heard this in my... That's crazy. Y'all new gangsters is funny. That's crazy.
Shiesty agreed. It says that he was wearing an ankle monitor, leading the victims to believe that Pooh Shiesty was on house arrest. Gucci told Pooh Shiesty that they could reschedule their studio session, but Pooh Shiesty requested to speak with Gucci Mane privately in the attached recording room. Gucci agreed. They entered the recording room. It was him, Pooh Shiesty's dad, and Big 30. Meanwhile, MMMBP remained in the control room with the 6 other individuals and continued to watch the football game. It says one of them offered to share the liquor that they had purchased with the target suspects, and at least 2 of them accepted. Inside the control room, Pooh Shiesty produced purported contract termination or release paperwork from a bag and told Gucci Mane to sign. When Gucci declined, Pooh Shiesty became agitated and they started to argue. 2 of the guys that were there could see inside the recording room and initially believed that Gucci and Pooh Shiesty were just discussing business. But as M saw the conversation intensifying, he texted one of the security guards who was still in the music studio's lobby. As the argument inside the recording room ensued, Pooh Shiesty instructed Big 30 to get his bag. Big 30 complied, leaving the recording room before returning with a bag. Pooh Shiesty then pulled what appeared to be a black AK-style pistol from the bag and pointed it at Gucci Mane, demanding that Gucci sign the contractual release paperwork.
Yeah, y'all, this is crazy. It's bad enough, the level of crime this boy committing. But my thing is, that's how I know that Pooh Shiesty, you really ain't no shooter. You didn't have your fire on you. You had to tell your boy to get a bag and pull out your little ARP. It sounded like he had an ARP. That let you know that brother's not smart. Pooh Shiesty, I gotta give you your props. You the dumbest rapper. I thought King Von and Lil Durk was, but I got to put you on the list with him. You at the top of the list. You dumb, boy. You need to sit down somewhere and just read books. You don't need to try to rap or do nothing. Obviously, you can even be out of jail for 2 days before you want to go back. Damn gloop.
She complied, signed the paperwork for Pooh Shiesty while his dad and Big 30 stood by. Gucci was not allowed to leave the recording room while he was being held at gunpoint by Pooh Shiesty. It says that Big 30 pulled out a cell phone and started to record Gucci Mane signing the paperwork while being forced to say that he released Pooh Shiesty from the contract. After the release was signed, Pooh Shiesty took Gucci Mane's wedding ring, watch, earrings, and the cash that he had on him. So you know, everybody was wondering, did Pooh Shiesty, you know, rob Gucci Mane like forcefully? Was it him that did it? And apparently, according to the special agent, it was. It says after Gucci signed the contractual release paperwork, Pooh Shiesty provided the paperwork to his dad and asked him if the paperwork was good. His dad advised that the paperwork needed to be dated, so Pooh Shiesty then forced Gucci to add a date next to his signature. As Gucci,
Pooh Shiesty said he running around here like Suge. He said he the real Suge Knight. You gonna let him out his contract. It ain't no negotiating. He gonna put the pistol in your face. Boy, y'all done lost y'all damn mind. Y'all need to sit down somewhere. See, that's why I be saying y'all rappers these days is not rapping. Y'all wanna do everything but rap. How you gonna rob the man and hold the man at gunpoint to get out of your contract? You'd have been better off putting out a bunch of hits. Keep putting out hits. Keep putting out hits. Building on your buzz you already got. Everybody was waiting for you to get out and get on the mic anyway. You could have got out and be like, hey, keep putting your hits out. Keep putting your hits out, making money, doing shows, staying out of trouble. Then get out your contract. But nah, that boy babe, Pooh Shiesty the real Suge Knight, y'all. According to this paperwork, he the real Suge Knight.
Pooh Shiesty's dad, and Big 30 exited the recording room. The remaining subjects that came with them produced handguns or AK-AR style pistols and began to demand property from everybody that was in the room. It says this guy BP was pushed onto the couch in the control room where the individual known to BP as CMO Damn Fool searched his pockets and stole his wallet, his chain, and a necklace bearing the moniker 1017 were stolen from his neck by another subject he knew as Glizzy 375, and during the robbery, this Glizzy 375 guy threatened to shoot this guy for moving, but Pooh Shiesty instructed him not to. It says BP further identified an individual he knew as Baby Slime 375 as being involved in the kidnapping and robbery, and that during the control room robberies, this guy Baby Slime 375 possessed a firearm and held BP and others at gunpoint. Both MM and BP identified an individual they knew as KD, later identified as this guy Waters, as also being involved with the kidnapping or robbery, possessing a firearm and holding them at gunpoint. It says that this one guy was choked from behind to the point of nearly losing consciousness during the kidnapping and robbery, resulting in scratches on his neck and wrist. It says that he was robbed of his Rolex watch, a Louis Vuitton bag that contained multiple other high-dollar watches, Apple AirPods, and his wallet at gunpoint by one of these guys. It says that he confirmed that his Louis Vuitton bag, AirPods, and wallet cash had an Apple AirTag, which is a location tracking device, attached. As the altercation inside the control room ensued, Wright walked over to the studio door to the lobby, closed it, and blocked it with his body, preventing the victims from leaving. That's Big 30. It says CW and TD, the victims' security guards, watched Big 30 barricade the door and attempted to force their way into the control room, but were prevented from entering. With handguns drawn, CW and TD managed to partially open the door, but recognized that they were outnumbered by the people that came with Pooh Shiesty. It says Gucci was pushed onto the couch in the control room, causing the victims to believe that they were going to be executed. Pooh Shiesty placed the barrel of the firearm to the back of BP's head and ordered him and Gucci to leave the control room and the studio through the west entrance of the office building. Gucci then instructed CW and TD to escort them back to their vehicle. As the victims left, MM turned to Williams Jr. and asked him if they were really taking his watches. Based on later recovered surveillance footage, the target suspects left the studio and the office building through the east entrance at approximately 4:48 p.m. Okay, and they got some pictures of them leaving right here. Right, they got pictures of the vehicle that they were in. It then goes through, you know, how they found out who one of these cars belonged to, and it was through the Hertz rental company. A Buick Enclave that they used was registered to Pooh Shiesty's dad. It then goes through and lays out that Pooh Shiesty was indeed on the electronic location monitoring. Then Pooh Shiesty's dad went to Staples at about 1.
Come on now. Pooh, the levels of malarkey to this damn crime, y'all, it don't make no motherfucking sense. This boy went and robbed Gucci Mane with his own daddy with him. He all on camera. Like, bruh, even if you have a CCW, you can't be walking around with like he had they got AKs walking around. How you gonna conceal carry an AK? Pooh Shiesty them is, they running around on that malarkey. And according to the YouTube streets and the streets, allegedly they saying Pooh Shiesty dad is snitch. I'm like, come on now. It don't make no damn sense, y'all. Do y'all think that's what I want to know. Do y'all think Pooh Shiesty gonna get off with this though? Do y'all think he'll probably get a light little slap on the wrist or something? Because he was just in the pen for he was in the feds for how many years? Like 2-3 years? What y'all think? Get down in the comments. Make sure y'all leave y'all take. And smash that like, hype, and subscribe button.
50. They know it was him because he was in the Buick that he rented in his name from Hertz. He parked and then went inside to use their copy/printer machines to make copies of the contract that Pooh Shiesty had just forced Gucci to sign. They know he did because they obtained a copy of the receipt that confirms that this transaction occurred. They got some cell phone records that prove they were there too, but I mean, they got surveillance footage. So this is just like backup proof that everybody was there. I don't want to waste y'all's time reading a bunch of stuff that really don't matter. They go through having an APHIS hit on some of the fingerprints that returned to some of the guys that was with them. It says that MM, BP, and RD all personally knew Pooh Shiesty by both his legal name and the name under which he performs, Pooh Shiesty. They identify him in his paperwork with his Instagram account handle right here. And this is where people are saying that the paperwork proves that Gucci Mane spoke to the police and identified Pooh Shiesty because it says the individual depicted throughout that account matches Williams Jr. or Pooh Shiesty. MM and RD, Gucci Mane described Williams or Pooh Shiesty as wearing a black Nike brand Shiesty mask, black hooded shirt, and black pants during the offense. Okay, so it's right there in black and white. Gucci Mane described, I'm assuming to the police, exactly what Pooh Shiesty was wearing when they committed this crime. It says that they also identified Pooh Shiesty's dad, Big 30.
Damn, did y'all hear? Hey, y'all see, according to the paperwork, Gucci Mane pointed that boy Pooh Shiesty out. So is y'all gonna say Gucci Mane a snitch? Who all gonna say Gucci Mane a snitch? Is y'all said Gunna a snitch, Young Thug a snitch? Is y'all gonna say Gucci a snitch now? What's the code to it, y'all? Let me know.
See RD right there. RD identified Wright, a well-known hip-hop artist, also known as Big 30. They identified his Instagram account, and then they did the same with the rest of the guys. They also pulled up these posts right here that shows the watches that were stolen from them being posted on Instagram. You can see this dude wearing the same outfit right here with the watch, right? And I mean, they got a ton of social media photos. Look at me scroll through here, bro. Absolutely insane the amount of self-snitching that these dudes were doing by posting everything online. You know, it then goes through a bunch of information about all the other guys, which nobody's really interested in. And it gives a conclusion. It says, based on the facts set forth above, there is probable cause to believe that on January 10th, 2026, in the Dallas division of the Northern District of Texas, all of these guys conspired and committed kidnapping in violation with this code right here. And that's pretty much what led to the criminal complaint and led to Pooh Shiesty being arrested. So, yeah, man, that's what we got. The paperwork clearly says that Gucci Mane cooperated and identified everybody. And you know what? I gotta say, I don't blame Gucci Mane. This is business. This ain't the streets. You are signed to a record deal with this guy.
Damn. So y'all, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I honestly want to know. What is the streets and the YouTube streets and the metaverse streets conclusion to this? Do y'all think Gucci Mane was right for what y'all would call it snitching on Pooh Shiesty and everybody? Because he pointed them out. He said everything he was wearing and everything. Do y'all think Gucci Mane a snitch or is this cool? Yeah, it's up to y'all. I want to hear what y'all got to say. But hey, thank y'all for tuning in. We got a whole lot of more content coming up. Make sure y'all smash the like, subscribe button. Y'all already know what I always say. Stay safe and stay dangerous out there. And peace out.